Hello, hello, and thank you for joining us for the CCM National Women's Tournament at iceHQ Reservoir. We are in Melbourne, Australia on Wurundjeri Woiwurrung traditional land. My name is Zoe Stewart, and I am joined by the bellicose Carl Brewer.
Bellicose.
Bellicose is the word I went with. And today we are looking at the consolation final between the Melbourne Furies and the Melbourne Flaming Galahs. Today is an interesting matchup for this one. The Galahs haven't managed to win a game, however, they have had significantly closer margins than the Furies, who did win by 4-3, a very narrow margin against the Galahs in their matchup yesterday. We do know that, apart from this, unfortunately for the Furies, they have had a 5-goal deficit in every other game. However, the Galahs haven't managed to scratch up quite as many tallies as the Furies have this week. Both teams looking to get Galahs looking to get their first win, and Furies looking to maintain that win over the Galahs. In net tonight for the Furies, we do have Sarah Nemmer, who has been a strong backstop. Many high-danger situations over this weekend for the Furies, and Alex Slade-Baker for the Flaming Galahs, who has been excellent at times keeping the Galahs in the game throughout their team's occasional scoring dearths. We've got a few players to watch this evening. Sarah Edmonds from the Furies has been a strong force throughout the entire tournament. In defense, we have Beck Jennings, who is a very smart and tactical defender for the Furies, as well as Alita Jackwitz, who has been quite the playmaker this weekend. For the Flaming Galahs, we have to look out for Poppy Kelly, who has told every team this weekend not to underestimate her. Zara Dennis, who is absolutely a playmaker as well for the Flaming Galahs. And we also have Nat.
Zara's not playing this
Zara
afternoon
is not
for
playing
the Galahs.
And will not be playmaking for the Galahs this afternoon.
She will not.
Anyway, we're about to kick off. Any final thoughts, Carl, on this one?
No, the game's underway. Let's see what happens.
Game is underway. Here we go. So opening face-off, Galahs with possession. Jackwitz already into the action as the Galahs are entering the offensive zone. Jackwitz flips it up and not out. Shelley Jensen on the wing trying to get that one out as well. And an opportunity there early for the Melbourne Fury, flipping that one on Alex Slade-Baker in net. Now Poppy Kelly racing up, looking for a shot. All alone, 2-on-0. That was an excellent save there by Sarah Nemmer. Puck is still loose and dangerous. Poppy Kelly once again looking for another option coming around. And another shot on. That's a stick save by Nemmer into the corner. Galahs. Just a little bit of static from the Furies defense. Just allowing a lot of opportunities right now for the Galahs, who are rolling through the offensive zone. And once again, that is Alexandra Dodd passing to Poppy Kelly, going through high danger zone, looking for that shot. Another save by Nemmer. And we're up to 4 shots on goal in the opening minutes of the game. Another shot, and that one is swallowed up by Sarah Nemmer for a whistle from our referees.
So the first little stanza of play there sees a lot of forward checking pressure by the Flaming Galahs. They have played some interesting games throughout the series. One of their big weaknesses has been penalties. Last time I checked, they'd racked up about 40 minutes of penalties in about 4 games, which is quite a few. If they can stay out of the box, they're a good chance on this. But that was certainly their nemesis in the last game, a few games that they've played. They will need to get that under control to be competitive.
And that one is out of the zone for the Galahs. And so touching up is Heather Ryland with that, looking to get back onside and dumping that puck in deep. Going in on a light forecheck. Fury is looking to exit the zone, but that one is taken away by Heather Ryland, who gets a shot off, with Jess McPherson. Fury is now exiting. Sarah Chong with the puck, who's also been a strong force for the Furies. Going all the way into the offensive zone. Galahs defense just forcing her wide. Furies touch up behind the net, still with possession. Backhand into the slot, another shot. Shot is not in the net. It's a save there by Slade-Baker.
Denise Rink making good position in that situation, and the Flaming Galahs not really covering up very much in defence. They don't want to give them that room because they did win 4-3 last time, and we haven't seen Sarah Edmonds yet shine for the... in fact, I'm not even sure I can see her on the bench at the moment for the Furies. They'll miss her if she's not. No, she's there. Absolutely, there is Sarah on the bench. That's the goal scorer, if you like, for the for the Furies, and with quite a reputation. Sarah Edmonds is an absolute magician with the puck.
Absolutely, and we are going for a Galahs zone face-off on an icing. That would be our second whistle of the game. We're just winding up for that one and missing a center for the Galahs, which we have now found. And Galahs getting possession and just ringing that behind, looking to set up for the breakout. Passing up and high, that will be another icing, so we will get another face-off in the Galahs zone for this one. Everyone heading back down the 200 feet.
Or 85 metres if you prefer.
80, I would much prefer 85 metres, in fact. That makes a lot more sense to me.
It's roughly the same distance. So 2 referees this afternoon, Craig Armstrong-Frey and Shana Godfrey. So most of the games these ladies have played, there's been different referees. But there's 2, a fairly consistent pair for the final series this afternoon.
Good keep in there at the blue line by the Furies defense. That would be Beck Jennings on that one. And Galahs with possession, heading behind the goal, trying to send that one up the boards, but it is not out. That is a keep in again, and they'll go for the second breakout. Bit of a risky pass there across the slot. Once again, that's heading towards the goalie, which is not the direction the Galahs would like to be. There's not too much forechecking pressure, but they do have a strong blue line at the moment with Debbie Bowles leading up that one and going on a change as well. And now the Galahs looking to get out on that breakout, and Gagnon with the puck heading into the zone as the Galahs get a change. Just dumping that one in to get her change. That was a good forecheck from the Galahs offense to keep that one in, not allowing the Furies to get too much speed on a potential breakout, and now they will look to capitalize on this and get that one into those danger zones.
Nima making another one of those very important saves at the moment. So we've got Poppy Kelly, who didn't play this morning for the Galahs in their earlier game. Sorry, not this morning. It was yesterday, wasn't it? Or was it this morning? I've lost track of time. My apologies. It was not this morning. But Poppy Kelly didn't play, I think, last night. She may have had an injury, but she seems to be okay now, which is good. Injury management and recovery critical in these tournaments.
She's definitely making herself known to the Furies goalie, Sarah Nehmer. And Rank up looking for the breakout. A good pass there to Sarah Chong, who just loses an edge, but Jackwitz is on it. And now the Furies looking to enter the zone. That is broken up by the Galahs as they head back through the neutral zone. A bit of neutral zone play here. That's a pass across to Rank, who skates for the puck, supported by Jackwitz.
We've got Edmonds on the ice as well, looking to make space in front of the slot. But we haven't seen her aggressive play yet from Edmonds. But sooner or later, I suspect she'll want to light it up. She's a fierce competitor. She's just taking it easy at the moment, but I think that's only a temporary state of affairs.
Take away by Jackwitz and a shot on goaltender Slade Baker. Puck still in play as the Galahs now heading the other way. Kelly with the puck. Kelly getting through Furies defense. Just looking for her options. Not too much pressure. Some pressure there by Edmonds. And Kelly will send that one in deep.
You can see Edmonds marking her pretty much all the way through that zone entry. Just giving her no real options. Just not a tight pressure, but just making sure that everywhere Poppy Kelly looked, there was Sarah Edmonds.
Dodd sending that one in, and the Galahs are going on a change. We've got Dolan on the forecheck there, looking for that pressure. Not letting Jackwitz with her speed get up too quickly. Now Bleakley with the puck. Stella heading down. Costello wheeling around the net and passing that one up to the wing. Flip it up. Now we've got a one-on-one potential situation. Bowles on the puck and McPherson trying heavy to get into, pardon me, deep into the zone.
Good to see the Furies getting back nice and early in defence and occupying that space in front of the net. That's been something they've improved a lot throughout this tournament. They started off very unstructured In the first few games, they really paid for it, but their defensive structure in front of the net has improved enormously, and it's much harder to score against them now than it was just 2 days ago.
Absolutely, and a good shot earlier by McPherson, and who does keep it in at the blue line. They will stay onside, and they will put it back down low. A stick save high there, and just centering pass is broken up there, and they will try and get that one out, but that one doesn't quite make it to Nima.
Just a bit of a reflection of the flow of the game so far. As we get a shot and a
that
goal.
one is a shot on goal, and that is in fact a goal from the Flaming Galahs to open the scoring for the game on their 10th shot on goal.
Erin Dolan there just receiving a beautiful pass, and she's got too much time and space. I was saying a little bit earlier about how the Furies have done a pretty good job of closing up that space in front of the net. Well, they just proved me a liar because she was totally unmarked Dolan just sitting there waiting for her and got a nice one-timer to pop it into the net. That's something that the Furies need to do better, and they have been doing better, but just a little bit of a lapse there. But it only takes one lapse for that to happen.
Now
you can't let players have space in that slot like that. It's just a gift.
And now Galahs heading back in, looking to double their score. Great centering pass there, doesn't go to anyone.
Stick
and a
on the ice
backhand
there.
back in.
Liv Fletcher almost looked like she tipped it in herself. She did get a stick down close to it, but the blade was pointing in a bit of a bad direction. So I think they were a bit lucky she didn't touch it.
And Dryland getting some speed, passing to Poynton, who will have a shot on Nema, who swallows that one up.
Oh, one of those high shots which typically goalies find reasonably easy to save most of the time, except of course on the odd occasion that they don't. The saying is about goalies: fast hands and slow feet. As I'm sure Zoe you would confess to at times.
I would not confess to anything. I've never committed a crime in my life.
It's not a crime. It's just the reality of goal. It's the reality of goaltending, is that you've got faster hands on your feet simply because you're made of human, and you've got great big heavy things on your feet which slow you down even more. Just keep an eye on Edmonds. She's looking for an opportunity to skate up the ice as soon as she gets some possession. She's been closely marked by Poynton.
Gorgie passing up to Rank, who is skating through now. A pass, they will get a shot off, and that is a save by Slade Baker, flicking that one into the corners. In just the one corner, actually. Bowles will go for that one. Galahs on a change, not too much pressure, and the Furies will look to reset, get a bit of speed up through the neutral zone. Pressured there by Clarkson, and Bowles will skate all the way, looking for a shot. Some good pressure to the corners by the Galahs defense. The centering pass is broken up, and now Poppy Kelly will almost get, unfortunately she lost an edge, but there is a one-on-one situation developing. That is a blocked shot by Jennings.
Jennings do a great job there. She saw the threat coming from quite a long way. If there's a penalty now on the Furies, but you could see Beck Jennings early on. She sees the threat and starts back checking nice and early from that blue line, which is exactly what she needs to do. She's been playing quite a lot in B3 here in our B League, which is a grade a little bit higher than she's used to playing, and she's had to learn to move back well in advance of the play, and she did that there well and ended up cutting off the line. A good timing on her challenge as well, which cut down that opportunity for the score. Great play there, Beck Jennings.
So now the Galahs will be on the power play for 2 minutes or less. Jackwitz, tenacious on the puck, giving the Galahs so far a bit of space, looking for that shot. That one was blocked by Stella.
Jackwitz got a stick shaft on it as well, I think, and then goes a big shovelly backhand trying to clear out of the zone, but only as far as Costello.
Now that one's heading and dangerous spot. Kelly looking for the slot pass and try and get that shot off. Doesn't quite make it, but Galahs keep possession. Another shot. That one goes in, and that one is from, I believe that was 44 Tess Wilkinson.
Tess Wilkinson with a shot from just in the high slot. The penalty kill for the Furies, not bad. They were positioning themselves reasonably well, but just a bit of sustained pressure, and in the end it was, as you say, Tess Wilkinson who gets one. I think that's her first goal of the tournament, and opening up, it's her second one, or the second one I should say, for the Flaming Galahs. 12 shots to 4 so far. The Furies looking to get back on the board fairly soon to get themselves back in this game.
With speed heading through is Heather Ryland at the puck, looking in the slot, looking for a shot. A pad save there by Nema. Into the corners, another shot. Shot goes across the goal. No one able to get that tip in. And Bleakley with the puck now, trying to send that one up to Stella. That one will go out, and now the Furies will have an opportunity.
Darcy a little bit isolated along the side. She's been closely pressed by McPherson and dispossessed in the end. McPherson a little slow to clear the puck out, running into feet, but they do clear it out in the end. Darcy still pressuring McPherson, who tries to clear it across to Ash Elliott, but Ash Elliott being pressed as well. I'm not getting clean possession, the Galahs at the moment.
There's some good pressure there. And now in the corners, Dolan trying to battle for that puck with the Furies defense. He'll send it up to Stella. We've got the Galahs defense coming in.
Stella with a interestingly chosen cross ice pass, not clearing the line very well, but it did cross the line in the end. And as a result, the Galahs do have possession, but they throw it away, and that's going to go for what could have been an icing.
A little too slow. McPherson just looking to do that to get a change. Perhaps used to Bailey Grills, but it was not an icing. And now there's a breakaway. This is McNabb going for the shot, and the shot is saved by Slade Baker on the breakaway.
Yeah, McNabb went glove side high, but Slade Baker gets that. We'll see that on the replay here. McNabb skating in, gets a good line, but Slade Baker covers off the angle. And because McNabb was skating straight towards that one post, it didn't force the goalie to move. She was under pressure, McNabb. She didn't have an option to cut across, which would have improved the chances a bit. But you can only use what you've got.
That one was not touched, so that will be an icing. And
it will go all the
that
way back.
Will gently go back for face-off. May have to get the shot off the face-off. We are wrapping up the first period.
It's unlikely that this face-off will actually happen. I don't think we'll have time for it with just the 10 or 9 seconds, especially with a slow shift change having on, does come along. If we do get a puck drop, it'll be for about a second, if that.
There we go. That shot.
That concludes the first period of the consolation final between the Flaming Galahs and the Melbourne Furies. The score at the moment 2 to the Galahs, to none to the Furies. 13 shots to 5. What we haven't seen is Edmonds with her characteristic play of very, very rapid work. I suspect she might be untethered in the second or the third, but she's just backing off the intensity a little bit at the moment. I don't think that's going to last. I think she'll pick it up fairly soon. I think the competitor in her will come out, but we'll wait and see. We've certainly seen Jackwitz doing a lot. What do you reckon, Zoe? What's going to happen?
One team's going to win, one's going to lose.
Well, or it could be a draw, but actually it can't be a draw in a final, because if it does go to all tied up at the end of regulation, we get 5 minutes of 3-on-3 sudden death, and that'll result in a goal. And if that doesn't work, if that doesn't happen, then we'll have a shootout until a result is decided. So there will definitely be a result in this game. You're absolutely right there, Zoe. But the question will be, can the Furies just shut down that space in front of the net, which they've given away a little bit? There was a good penalty goal by the Galahs, but the first goal was an unmarked player just sitting in the slot without any cover, and they need to tidy that up. If they can fix that, they're in with a good chance.
Absolutely, just getting that time and space away from the Galahs, who have allowed a lot of high-quality shots on Sarah Nummer, who has been a good backstop so far for the Furies.
She's made a lot of saves on this during this tournament. I reckon we have to be up to 150 by now.
Yes, it's a big weekend.
It's not countless, because you can count it if you want, but I can't count that far, so
that's why we have scorers and we just talk.
Yep, there we go. That's Edmonds just showing us what she can do when she wants to.
And the Galahs will touch up and chuck that one in. Kelly looking for that puck. That is kept in well at the line by the Galahs Dodd. Fury's looking to send that one up.
So sensible play there by Chong, playing it up the boards with a bit of a chip. Just trying to set up a breakout for Edmonds.
And they are offside, so the Furies will get a bit of space before the Galahs head back in. Unfortunately, that pass was taken directly from Kelly.
Fletcher passes directly to Kelly in the slot. Not a particularly good choice.
And Neymar will find that puck and freeze that one.
They might give Liv Fletcher a little bit of advice there. If in doubt, pass it up the boards. Because if you put it across the front like that, someone's going to pick it off and turn it into a scoring opportunity, and that's exactly what happened. So if you're not sure, don't pass cross ice, pass it up the boards. And even if you are sure, most of the time, pass it up the boards.
All right, so that one is still maintaining in the Galahs zone. And now Stella trying to get to that puck, looking for a breakaway. Doesn't quite get that opportunity with Wilkinson in defense. Now Jackwitz up through into the Galahs zone, getting that one in deep.
Jackwitz has Vegas unmarked. And Stella floating around the side again, also unmarked, but now the Galahs have possession. Stella with a good stick check. Gets it to Jackwitz. They've lost sight of the puck a little bit. Jackwitz across the front.
Centering pass.
Oh, and lovely
Backhand
pass.
Doesn't quite go
Great option.
where it wants to be. Galahs
Really
looking
nice
for the
option
breakout now, and they will get that one cross ice. Not quite enough for icing. That one is cleared. And so Galahs, Furies will send that one up the boards. And Jackwitz now, a one-on-one opportunity for Jackwitz, who's heading in, looking for the shot. Good defense there by the Galahs. Centering pass, doesn't quite make it to Jensen. And that one gets flipped out to Beck Jennings in defense.
Beck's lost sight of the puck.
Looking for the puck.
No one's yelling out
her.
feet. She needs a
There we
teammate
go.
at that point to yell out to her feet because she had no idea where it was.
Dangerous opportunity there, but just managed to flip that one over. And the Furies will look for the breakout. Bringing that one up the boards, and McNabb heading for that one.
McNabb just deked around there by Wilkinson. Plays it
And
into
a
Dolan.
dangerous flip there. Nima just getting down to save that one, chuck that one into the boards, and good centering pass, maintained possession by the Galahs. Didn't quite have, wasn't quite quick enough on that backhand shot. Another shot. That one is
traffic,
just
everyone falls down.
trickling to the boards. And so the Furies defense will flip that one up, which may be a shot on goal.
Yeah,
there we go.
that's going to count as a shot. And
That will
Slade
not be
Baker
icing.
there actually almost shoveling it towards her own net. She's a bit lucky to get away with that.
Little bit. It's always a little bit spooky. You never want to let those ones in. Chong Tenacious gets that one through to the neutral zone, and a collision between two Galahs players has left two out of the game. That was an offside
A
call.
brief stoppage as well, just while they sort themselves out.
It was a lucky offside for the Galahs, who had two players temporarily out of commission. Neutral zone puck drop won by the Furies. However, the Galahs. Oh, and now Edmonds, here we go. She's looking for that 1-on-0. Slade Baker comes out looking for a shot.
Oh,
and just
she loses the
handle.
handle.
On that one and doesn't get that shot quite off. But it is good to see Edmonds in the action in the second period.
She's just shown us what she can do, but just tried just a little bit too hard. I don't know if we'll see this on the replay or not, but just tries to flick it back to her forehand off her backhand, and the puck just about a millimetre ahead of where she thought it was, and as a result, denied the opportunity to tuck the puck in past Slade Baker and get the Furies on the board. But there's a hint of what she's capable of. Give her a millimetre of room and she's away.
I'm sure we'll see more of that. Now Galahs heading in. That is Ryland with the puck, maintaining possession. Getting a deke, and the Furies defense has tightened up a bit. Not quite a lot of bodies in front of the net here. Poppy Kelly, dangerously unmarked. That one flips behind the net. Looking for a wraparound, doesn't get it. Furies force them to the corners, and it will head the other way. Stella and Poppy try and get on that one.
Probably zigzagging backwards and forwards, but Lauren Bleachley doing a pretty good job of just containing her. She's not trying to get right in front of her. She's just cutting off her lines every time. You don't have to move all that far, and the player trying to get around uses a lot of energy. But if you just cut off the lines to the triangles, we won't go into the trigonometry of it because it'll bore most people. But you don't need to move a lot to shut down those lines when you're just trying to contain someone. Very nicely done there by Bleachley.
Offside. That was just a good tip there that gets the Galahs offside, and the Furies will have to hustle on the breakout. That does trickle to the neutral zone. And now Galahs back in. Kelly touches up. Galahs looking for a shot. That one goes behind the net, looking for a wraparound. Doesn't get it. Some excellent defense there by Bleachley. And Nima will cover up. Bleachley right where she needed to be for that wraparound to prevent the chance there.
She did a really good job earlier containing Poppy Kelly. Poppy, as we know, a great mover on the ice. Lauren fairly new to the game. I think this is only her third season. And you can see she's still a bit shaky on her skates. But what she did do there was read where all she needed to do, worked out the job, which was just to cut off the line. And if she cut off the line, then you can't get past her. It's pretty simple. It's just putting a body in the way.
Can vouch for Lauren, who is actually one of my defenders.
Well, there you go. You know her well.
And that one's dangerously in the slot, just losing an edge there. But now Bowles heading up, looking for a chance. Doesn't get it, and the Galahs heading the other way. A little bit of confusion at the blue line, but they are all onside. Centering pass doesn't quite go where it needs to be, and Jensen flipping that one out.
Almost finds McNabb on the break. Just didn't quite manage to get it into her feet. McNabb had just been able to kick that a little bit further forward. She would have been away, but she just couldn't quite get onto the puck. It was a great option and a good choice.
Furies on a change, and Galahs heading up ice. Jackwitz back on, taking that puck away. And a convenient change there for Renk and Jackwitz, who manages to get that one in deep. Jackwitz does literally lose the handle, on the handle.
Tell you what, if she wasn't wearing that gold helmet, she probably wouldn't drop the stick. Just saying.
I don't know. I'm into the gold helmet. I think it's fun.
You can be into whatever you like. In the privacy of your own home, you can do whatever you want. Oh, look at the handle
great
work
shot there
there.
by Edmonds. Great.
She's got Jackwitz in the slot floating around too, looking dangerous.
This is the danger line for the Furies. And Jackwitz on the puck. Jackwitz not getting possession, but managing to get that around the Galahs. Heading out to the Chong on the blue line.
With a chance.
Chong looking for a shot from the point, doesn't get through skates. And Galahs just with a bit of space, except for Jackwitz behind the goal.
Jackwitz did a good job there intercepting the run through the back there by Ash Elliott. Ash, another relative newcomer to the game. She's only been playing a couple of seasons. She came through our development C2 program here at iceHQ.
Now, some good pressure there.
As did Lauren Bleachley, by the way, just in case you're wondering.
Head back in, another touch-up on the blue line, and some more pressure. Chong just sending that one back in again. Not an icing. They are offside, and now they are onside. Just a few send-ins, but not able to keep it in, but equally Galahs aren't able to get a clean breakout. Chong once again grabbing that one, sending it up. Now the Galahs will look to enter the zone. And they do good body positioning there to protect that puck on it. Not able to get a shot, but a good shot there. Just fanning on the rebound, unfortunately for them. And a good keep in there. Just offside. Just losing the handle at the last moment there.
That one
for
came
a
out.
Whistle.
Craig Armstrong-Frey had a great line on that. He could see it.
It
doesn't matter how much you shake your head, that puck came out of the zone. So you're going to get, that's just the way it goes. And Craig Armstrong-Frey absolutely on top of that one.
The Furies win that face-off. And possession, but Kelly pressuring. Now they will go for a zone entry.
That's
Sarah Darcy with that
Darcy
one.
with a nice break and a
Good
good shot on the
save
net too. Nice down low. Did create a rebound. It's still in play for the Furies.
And now the Galahs are looking for another shot. And that shot will go behind the net. Kelly on the puck up to the blue line. Attempt back in. And Darcy heading down. Not a clean breakaway with some good defense there by Troon.
Troon a little bit lucky there not to get caught for holding. We could see it here, and Armstrong-Frey unfortunately had his back to it and couldn't quite see what was going on.
Out of Dodd. And that one not icing. So the Galahs will take a moment. The Furies will get that change. And now Kelly with her speed right up the ice. 2-on-1 situation almost. And around the goal. Looking for a shot. Nima there. And that pass, that centering pass, doesn't quite reach a stick, and it will head all the way down the ice. Touched up by the Galahs. That will not be icing. And Ryland heading around back. Some good pressure here by the Furies. But Kelly once again with the puck, and once again looking for that speed into the zone. And just deking around. Doesn't quite get the shot off, but a dangerous stick there by a Furies player. Fortunately for them, does not reach the net. Battle in the corners for that puck. Both go down. And now Bowles with the puck heading up ice.
Bowles is looking for the pass to McNabb. Fires it across in front of him. McNabb not quite able to get a stick on it. It was a good option.
Ryland heading down. Clean shot for Ryland. That's a save by Nema.
But McNabb has been on the ice for a long time, and we know she's got one good sprint in her, and she's used it in this shift.
And that
so
one.
She'll want to get a change as well. One thing about Sarah McNabb, she's got great acceleration, one effort per shift. If she stays on for much longer than that, it seems to die down a little bit. So she wants to get that one effort and a quick change, shorten them up a little bit, and she'll be more potent.
Ash Elliott on the face-off for the Galahs. Furies have been good on the face-offs so far, and now there is a battle down low. Another shot, and that one does not go in.
It's Ash Elliott doing her absolute best to try and put the puck in the net, but not quite able to, and it's a foot race now.
Just missing the stick of Gwen Troon, who is desperate to get back against Edmonds, who is muscling her way through. Look for that shot, and that is in for Edmonds for the first goal for the Melbourne Furies on their 8th shot. And just capitalizing on that opportunity from the misplay and heading straight down ice, deking around and getting that shot off on goaltender Slade Baker.
She doesn't leave a lot of room, does she? When she gets like a millimetre of space, bang, she's through it. And then the poor old goalie is just wondering how that went past her, because it was a bit of a surprise, really, I suspect. The Furies very slow getting back on the ice for their next shift, but that's okay. They can celebrate a little bit. And they are now 1-2. It's a one-goal game with just over a minute and a half to play in the second.
Cut that one in half. Galahs with a point to make. Just a bit of confusion over the play there, but Galahs do get possession and get that one down deep. And just touched up there by the Furies, who Galahs very impressively there from Costello keep that one onside. Just a bit of a bobble. And the puck's still down low. Galahs unable to get a decent shot on Nema, but Furies equally unable to get that breakout. That was a good shot, good save there by Nema. Now behind the back of the net and up. But the Galahs are there for another shot, an almost screen, but a great save there by Nema with a screen from the defense.
One of the reasons why that one happened, Marie Stella was looking to get a change and wasn't looking for where the puck was on the way off the ice, but was still in the zone. And because she wasn't looking where it was, the puck went pretty much straight through her. Just a little bit too much focus on the change. Look, we want to get changes, they're important, don't get me wrong. You've got to watch the game too.
Turn and face the Strange. Kelly looking for the puck. Ryland's also there. And that was a good keep in at the blue line by Wilkinson. Kelly muscling her way through, looking for a shot. Goes behind the goal. Jackwit's there. Backdoor opportunity for the Galahs, doesn't make it through. Now, with 7 seconds to go, that is not an icing. And so they will just touch up, send that one down for the end of the second period.
So a good second period there for the Furies. We saw Edmonds score one for them with just 2 minutes to go. So second period saw no goals to the Galahs. A lot of shots, but not able to convert. 11 shots on the net for the Galahs to just the 2 for the Furies. But one of the Furies' shots resulted in a goal. So they've had 7 shots to 24 so far through the game. The score at the moment, 2 goals to the Galahs and 1 to the Furies. Both goals scored in the first to the Galahs, one to Erin Dolan, and the second one, Tess Wilkinson, with a nice shot on the power play. Edmonds unassisted. As we've seen so many times throughout this tournament, if she gets a millimetre of space and a bit of puck, she can get around it pretty much the entire team. Good use of the body, good puck protection. Somehow manages to find a way through a lot of traffic in front of the net. So even if you crowd the slot, she still manages to get through, and then has almost a extrasensory perception for where the goaltender is, and finds the back of the net. It is an absolute joy to watch. She's such a beautiful player, and it's great to see Sarah Edmonds when she does cut loose. I think through the first period she was just cruising, but I think in the second she maybe made the decision to up the ante a little bit and to try and get her team on the boards. They would very much like to beat the Flaming Galahs. We've got a full bench and a lot of passion.
I think both teams would like to beat the other team.
Oh, absolutely they would, but That is it is a bit of a
forbidden.
given.
Galahs are looking to get their first win of the tournament, and they
Yeah.
have been good throughout. It's just getting those goals, which is once again also the name of the game.
Yeah, it's not enough to get shots on the net. They need to be ones that go into the net.
Famously.
If you get enough of them, sooner or later, even the dribblers will go in. But you want high-quality ones if you can as well. And they've done that, to be fair. It's just that Nima has done such a great job in net of screening the referee. Sorry, just being teased a little bit by a referee there.
You give refs a penalty. I don't know.
Is that 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike?
Shot there. That one is swallowed up very early, 6 seconds in by Sarah Nemma. That was a good opportunity, not too much on that shot, and so Nemma was able to get to that one quite easily. But a good opportunity early for the Galahs. Galahs win that face-off. Another shot off a stick. It bounces into the corners.
You can see there how Edmund lined up in the middle on the face-off and then went through the side and immediately cut off that option and almost created a chance for her as well. And here's danger for the Galahs. Edmund gets tangled up in a stick.
That one bounces down. Rank looking to get to that one with McPherson on it. And then a backhand, trying to get that one out to the wing. He's playing a little deeper than the first period.
Elliott with a bit of a wildly swinging backhand there, trying to get the shot in. Sorry, Attila, not Element. That might have been. No, it was Elliott. It's a bit difficult to read the 0 on the jersey of hers when it rides up on her pants. Ash, keep your pants on, please.
Pass was taken away by Troon, and now the Galahs will assess their options.
Pass there by Costello to no one in particular, and that'll be an icing. There's an interesting option there. She had a few choices, but elected just to dump the puck off the boards and down the other end.
So we will go for a face-off in the Galahs zone. Furies will get a change in before.
And the Galahs may not. 13 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the third. Just one goal the difference. The Galahs 2 and the Melbourne Furies 1.
Galahs win the face-off. Head behind the net. Looking to pass that one up. Instead, getting some speed and a 2-on-1 situation. The shot on doesn't quite connect to the back of the net.
Ryland there had plenty of space, but found it wide. All the Galahs offside, and they rush over for a change.
Dump
but
in.
they've left an awful lot of space open. And it's going to be an icing here, which is a little bit lucky for them because Marie Stella had all the space in the world as the Galahs made a change and left pretty much the entire ice open, reminiscent of a very famous 5-line 4-player change that the Maple Leafs did a few years ago, which resulted in the entire crowd at their arena booing them. No one's going to boo the Galahs, but that was a pretty badly timed change. I'll show you the video of that one day. It's entertaining.
I'll write it down. And sending that behind the goal is Nemma. Now jumping in is Stella, trying to get that one up, but the Galahs the takeaway bleakly. But the skates, dangerous situation there, and now they're trying to get a wraparound.
Oh, Nima moves beautifully across the net. She was a little bit wrong-footed briefly, but managed to get the puck out. The referee's being a lot more forgiving this time around with trips. We haven't seen a single penalty on the Galahs, which makes a big difference for them. It's made a pleasant change to the way the game is conducted.
There's a little bit more flow in the Galahs game, not giving up those penalties. And now it will head out of the zone for them, and Poynton will grab that one and look at her options. Getting that one up, attempt to Gagnon, but Bleakley gets that one and heads on through. And now Legg passing that one up.
He's looking for Jensen, but Jensen wasn't moving fast enough to pick it up.
Now Jennings with the puck, sending that one.
Sarah McNabb circling around looking for that breakaway. She'd love to get a chance to take on Tess Wilkinson, see if she can get around her.
Poppy Kelly there looking for the wraparound, doesn't quite get it, but it is not able to be frozen by Nemma.
McNabb picks up the puck. She's got a bit of room, passes across to Jensen, but Jensen a little bit flat-footed, caught on her heels. Going in for a forecheck. Forces the pass up the boards, which is a good option.
Chong sending that one up. They are offsides. They will look to touch up. And now the Galahs sending that one to Kelly. Get that one shallow, and now they'll get it in deeper. Now Bowles sending that one up, looking for Jensen. And that one will just fly all the way down the ice for an icing and a half.
And you're going to find here that Debbie Bowles might get away with that. She made the change, and Godfrey didn't notice it. So there's been a change on the icing. And Debbie Bowles sneakily manages to get off the ice without Shana Godfrey noticing it. So we'll be able to stir her up a little bit about that later. We saw it and she didn't.
Ref's reality.
Ref's reality, absolutely.
And Jackwitz gets possession, passes that one up, and Rank will tip that one up for McNabb. Heads back to the Blue Liners and Gwen Troon, who passes it up to McPherson. McPherson with possession, looking for a shot, and that one would go just wide of Nema, who has faced quite a few shots so far.
One of the things that the Furies could do a little bit better, their wingers are tending not to backcheck high through their defensive zone. They're letting their players go a little bit. If they can just shut that down a little bit and take the time and space away, what's happening, you can see the backcheck by the wingers is for the Furies. They're letting their players go and not concentrating on enough. I think they're a little bit too interested in attack and not enough realising that part of their responsibility is to take away time and space. You can't expect your D to come up high all the time and protect you. You've actually got to play in layers. And a good team, the wingers will come down and protect their D and only hand over to them right down low in the slot. But the Furies not always doing that perhaps as well as they could.
And they did not call that trip just then. So the Galahs now have possession. Ryland heading around back of the net, still with the puck, and looking to send that one up. And Furies just dumping that one back in. Now the Galahs looking to get some speed. Once again, that's Ryland with the puck, heading up, looking for a shot, getting into the slot, and that shot will go on, and that's an excellent save there by Nema, who does not manage to freeze the puck, but the Furies will regain possession.
Edmonds with space behind the net. This is where she's dangerous. She's going to get around Elliott fairly easily. She gets around Poynton, gets around everyone, and if that's not a trip, then I don't know what is. And this time,
you can see the line across the ice of where Edmonds
there's
has
a big
taken
skid mark, and Poynton will do 2 minutes for that one. And she might argue that that's a professional foul. If she didn't trip her up, then a goal was almost a definite. Not that the goalie's always got a chance, but Edmonds with that much room, you'd bet on her, that's for sure. And that trip, arguably a professional foul. You stop her, just, okay, you'll take the penalty for it.
So the Galahs back on the penalty kill. Oh, sorry, on the penalty kill.
Wilkinson not able to clear.
Backhand into the slot.
Two Galahs there with the chance to clear the puck out of the zone, but they fluff it. But now they do get the puck out, and Poppy with a chance to take it off.
Furies just looking to keep that one away from Kelly with
just trying to be a little bit too fancy there, I think, the Furies.
And now heading up is Bowles. Bowles doesn't manage to get that one around Kelly, but Jensen gets possession. And that was another penalty by the Galahs. We'll see if
Bowles was checked in the back there by none other than Clarkson, so she'll do 2 minutes.
We'll have
for a brief period of time, 5 on 3.
Well, not brief for the Galahs. A minute, just under a minute it will be. And so
the Galahs returning to form. We've certainly seen this sort of play from them throughout the tournament.
Edmonds on the ice, looking for that shot off the face-off. Doesn't get to Edmonds, but the Furies do get possession. Now looking to equalize. Slade Baker just tipping that one to the corners, and now the Galahs will head the other way. Chong with the puck, sending that one up. Galahs getting possession and just dumping that one in, but not deep enough.
This is where the Galahs will need to set up a 3-player triangle in front of the slot, just try and protect this from the net. They've only got 15 seconds to go on the 5 on 3, but now with Edmonds on the ice, and she's going to make a fair bit of space. Liv Tyler now with a chance to put the puck on the net, and she does. The puck loose around the slot. Can Chong get the shot away? She does. It goes a little bit wide.
Looking for that tip
and we are now 5-on-4. Pointon's penalty now over.
And heading in.
Chong gets a shot.
Up.
And it's
then
followed
they
up.
get a goal. And that one was by Leg, I believe.
Yep, that's Hayley Legg getting it in the net.
Excellent shot there. Right place, looking for that tip. And the Furies have equalised.
So with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go, the score tied up. A professional foul, arguably, by Poynton, and then some ill-disciplined play by Clarkson set that up for an opportunity for a 5-on-3 for a good minute or so, which then culminated in a power play goal for the Furies.
So we will see how the final 5 minutes of this consolation final goes. Furies win that face-off, heads to the blue line at Gorgie. And Rank sending that one up, stays in the neutral zone. Now Jackwitz with the puck. Jackwitz looking for an opportunity, doesn't quite get the shot off, and the penalty will be upcoming.
This time the penalty is going to be on, so I'm not sure who it's on. The referee's got a hand up. Must be on another Galahs.
And so they are pulling the goalie, Nima, and they will put a sixth attacker on while the Furies look to get a shot on Slade Baker. Sends that one behind. And Edmonds with the puck. Sent to Jackwitz. Jackwitz with a shot. Slade Baker under a lot of pressure at the moment.
And as soon as the Galahs touch the puck, that will pull up the into the what's called a delayed penalty. So the reason why the Melbourne Furies pulled the goalie there is because they have that was called a delayed penalty. One of the Galahs had committed an offence. The referee signals that the penalty has occurred. The next time a Flaming Galah touches the puck, the penalty will be enforced. Until that time, the Furies can have possession and do what they want, and it's called a delayed penalty. So they can pull their goalie because they can't be scored against. And you can score an own goal, but it does very, very rarely happen. It's an unwise pass back to a D that goes past them, and there's been incidences of that occurring, but it's like once every million years, and it always makes highlight reels. There's a classic one of in an NHL game where the team being scored against on a delayed penalty and scoring an own goal. And the referees are at a loss at that point to work out exactly who to award the goal to. It's the last player from the other team that touched the puck, which is typically the one who's being penalised. So it can be quite entertaining. But in this instance, the Flaming Galahs will have to kill the penalty with not long. They've called a timeout, trying to get themselves a little bit organised and get a little bit of composure. But this is a chance now for the Furies to go one up with not much left in this game. 3.5 minutes to play. And 2 of those minutes will be the Flaming Galahs on the penalty kill, the power play for the Furies. They will have that numerical advantage. Who do they put on the ice? What do they do to score here? They've put out...
Their players.
They've got Darcy, Bowles,
Stella.
Marie Stella. And also interesting to see who the Flaming Galahs choose to kill the penalty. That's Beck Jennings as well on for the Furies.
So puck drop in the Galahs zone. Galahs send that one out dangerously. Triples it along in front of the goaltender. Now Galahs looking to get one out. Quite an offensive penalty. This is a 2-on-1 situation. Bowles on it, forcing them wide. There's 2 players, and Anema, pardon me, with an excellent save there. Another one.
Anema saves the day for the Furies.
Keeping
nothing worse than a shorty, is there?
2-2. And the Galahs now rolling on a short-handed opportunity for them. Stella now getting the puck and getting that back into the neutral zone, but the Galahs with possession, and they're just going to send that one down and run that clock a little bit.
Now, Liv Fletcher wants to get some help here. She's being forechecked, and she'll lose possession there if she's not very careful. Passes across the front of the net. But McNabb with a chance to try and turn it into a scoring opportunity as the puck gets tangled up in feet.
A lot of pressure from both teams there. And that one's heading right to the slot, backhand. Dangerous dribble there, but it goes behind the net, and they will send that up to McNabb.
50 seconds to go on the power play. Will the Furies slide on? And they do. They're just getting a bit of a change now. Chong goes on, looking to see who else they put on. They've got Walsh.
And Chong now Just touching up Jensen.
Chong aware of the
Just
fact that they were all offside.
And that will be a whistle for a neutral zone face-off for that offside.
That's going to run down the penalty with about 20 seconds to go on the power play. By the time the puck gets dropped, that will conclude the penalty on Dolan. And we may find this game going to overtime. I reckon in overtime, this will be a very interesting contest. Depends very much who gets put on the ice. But I tell you what, in overtime, if Edmonds has any room, it won't be overtime for long.
Now we
There's
are.
Edmonds on the ice now.
Slade Baker looking up to shore that short side. Edmonds tenacious on the puck. And Galahs well aware of the damage she can do. Now Galahs on the breakout. Heading through is Wilkinson. We have 2-on-1. Wilkinson looking for the shot. And that one is saved by Neymar.
But
Edmonds
it goes to
now.
Edmonds. Edmonds on the burst. She's got room.
Getting some speed up through the neutral zone.
There's 3 Galahs, but they crash into each other. Edmonds fans on the shot.
Now heading, bobbling across to the slot, but the Galahs get possession. That's Wilkinson once again heading up and pass forward and back. But that will go to Bleakley on the blue line. Well, on the...
Bleakley pays it up ice.
Hudson trying to pass that one up. Both teams looking to get a tally in the final minute of the game down to Bleakley. Deep, rings it around the boards, but the Galahs are there for that one and trying to get that centering pass. But Rank with the puck now. Final opportunity potentially for...
And the Flaming Galahs all offside. We do have stop time, so the clock will stop for the offside. No. Offside or icing? I'm not quite sure what the call is there.
It's an offside, potentially. They've decided that it was
Unless
egregious enough for a...
Unless they've called it a deliberate offside. 42.6 seconds to go in the period.
Shot from the face-off, going just wide. Trying to get that centering pass through, but the Galahs defense does not let them. Now the Galahs defense wheeling through and heading up, looking for that pass to Poynton, who will send it in. 25 seconds to go on the clock. Poynton with the puck, looking to center. Couple of Galahs there, looking for that opportunity, but they are the Furies tenacious on that defense, sending that one in, and there is 13 seconds on the clock. Now Stella heading for the puck along with Elliott. Elliott with the puck, looking for a shot. That is just tipped by Jennings out, and that will be full time for this game. We're
going to overtime, everyone. We will get, the way this works is there will be 5 minutes of continuous running clock, no stop time, and there will be 3-on-3. So whichever team chooses can put whichever 3 on they want. It will be 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, and it's called sudden death. Whoever scores a goal wins the final. If it is still tied up after 5 minutes of 3-on-3, which I think is highly unlikely, but on the off chance that it is, because 3-on-3 does make scoring opportunities pretty good, and we know that in particular 2 players to watch out for will be Poppy Kelly for the Flaming Galahs. If she gets plenty of room, she's likely to bury it, but the one to look out for the Furies would be Edmonds if they put her on. Now they may not choose to do so. The Furies are very much a team of everyone gets a go, and that's something to be very proud of, and they've done that consistently throughout the entire tournament. Everyone has had a chance to play. And Edmonds, even though she's clearly a cut above just about everyone, has done a particularly good job of playing unselfishly and looking for passing options as much as she possibly can, and she's done that well. So the Furies are putting on Jackwitz. We don't know who else they're putting in. We'll, of course, get changes throughout this, but they put on Jackwitz, and they're bringing out the big gun, Sarah Edmonds and Jackwitz, and Chong will be there, 3 for the first bit of this. The Flaming Galahs have brought out Clarkson, Poynton, and I think that's Ryland.
Might be right on
So
there.
whoever wins this first face-off is generally in a pretty good position. It's a possession game, 3-on-3. It's not the same as 5-on-5 hockey. It's very different. It's a very different animal.
And that will go to no one, and so Jackwitz will grab that one and send it into the Galahs zone. Galahs with possession now. Just shooting that one up the boards. Chong is there. Chong looking for options, sends that to Jackwitz.
Jackwitz tries to get it across to Edmonds. Not quite able to at the moment. You don't want to go throwing the puck away. Here is the danger time now. Edmonds gets the puck but loses an edge. Tries to get the puck across to Jackwitz.
Edmonds again on that one. Pressured by Clarkson.
Chong with room.
And Chong
Passed
now
up to it.
on the blue line.
This is dangerous
for
the Ryland with the puck now. Poynton trying to stay on side.
Good back check there
Nice
by
work, Chong.
Furies. But there is an open player in the slot. Dangerous shot. Jackwoods just flicking that one out off, and that was off Nema's pads. Another dangerous place.
Now an opportunity for Edmonds, who has the entire rink. Finds Jackwoods. Jackwoods with room.
One-on-one opportunity
Edmonds changes.
here. Poynton heading back. And Jackwoods just muscling her way in. Just over the goalie, and a shot. Doesn't make it.
McNabb just about getting it in, but not quite able to. They've changed. The Galahs not making a change. Well, now they do. Jackwoods with a chance now, but Jackwoods has been on since the start. Takes a shot from a distance, but it is saved by Slade Baker. I've got to say, Zara, I'm very pleased with Sarah Edmonds. She knows she's a cut above, so she took the change. She could have stayed on, but she changed, put McNabb on. Very unselfish play from her indeed. That's the mark of a class athlete who is also all about their team and everyone in the team, and they're playing a good strategy. I'm very, very pleased with how she's doing that. I think that's a really example for what an elite player can do when they're in a team that they are clearly the star player of, but not playing selfishly at all. So big kudos there to Edmonds.
Another opportunity here as Furies head in. And Darcy with the puck looking for that centering pass.
Tried to find McNabb.
He's really trying to get back is Gorgie, who is playing the defensive backstop.
Bad
Bit of
timing
a
on
poor
that change
change,
for the
miscue
Furies.
there. They are looking desperately to get that shot. Doesn't make it to the goal. That was some excellent defense there by Gorgie, just trying to be where everyone else wasn't.
Troon basically threw the puck into the corner, which had a great chance for a shot on the net.
Gorgie
There's a
has
stick on the ice.
lost her stick, so using her body there. And a fall to the ice, stick in the way, and Stella now pressuring Dodd with the puck. Stella just sending that one up, and that will go into the neutral zone, and Dodd will grab that one. As the Galahs going to change, Dodd in alone, and Gorgie regaining her stick, gets that to Stella. Looking
2
for
minutes
leg.
to go in the 3-on-3 overtime.
Stella and leg heading into the Galahs zone. It will be a whistle for too many men, too many people,
Too many players, I think
too many
that'll be.
players.
You can only have 3 on. So we're going to have about a minute. And the way it works is you can't have less than 3 players on the ice. So the way this will work is they will get 4-on-3. The Furies will be allowed a fourth player.
Little? Was it too little, men?
Well, firstly, not men.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
And secondly, too many players. So you can't have too few players. If you choose not to put them on, that's your problem. But so the Furies will now have, for the remainder of this overtime, they will have a 4-on-3 advantage. Which would normally be considered in overtime a bit of a gift, and you would expect at this point. But you never really know. Bowles needs to move back quickly and shut down Ryland, and if she does, she gets a poke check in.
Almost a trip there, just getting a stick out of the way is Bowles. 4-on-3 with the Galahs.
Under a minute now to play.
Rank pressuring there, getting that down low, and Bowles just heading behind.
Now they have space. Bowles looking for passing options. She doesn't want to carry it up herself. I think she's exhausted.
It's been a long weekend.
Dump the puck in deep. They've got 40 seconds to go. They probably don't want this to go to a penalty shootout, but no one likes a penalty shootout. It's so random. The ref has a hand up for another penalty, and it's going to be on the
opportunity back. Oh, and there will be another penalty.
So they could pull their goalie if they wanted to, but
against
no. So it's another penalty on the for a high stick, but it's going to be academic because the clock keeps ticking, and they're going to run out of time. So I thought it would go 5-on-3, but that won't happen now because there's just not enough time for that to happen. So it's going to run the clock down, and we will be going to a penalty shootout. Now the way this works is you have to nominate at least 3 players, and once you've had 3 players, you can repeat them. But they've only got 2 seconds to go. This is not going to happen. So it's a bit academic, really. It's going to go now to a shootout. So what will happen is each one of the teams nominates 3 players, and they take turns shooting at the other goalie from the middle of the ice. So you pick up the puck in the middle, you go down to the end and try and shoot it on the goalie. It's horrible to be goaltender in this situation, I believe.
And Nema has done everything she can for the Furies. Shots on are 15-34 throughout.
She's done a great job of keeping them out. But also a lot of those shots were from bad angles, and that's because the Furies have done a very good job of just containing that space in front of the net. So the way this will work is they'll play 3 players. Once you've had 3 players take a shot, you can then start looping them. So you can repeat after 3, but you have to have at least 3 unique players taking the shot. And it works a little bit like a tennis game. You've got to get an advantage. So you have to be 1 goal ahead at the end of the shots. We'll see how that one pans out.
Tennis works like hockey.
I don't know which one's been around first. I think tennis
probably
predates hockey. I think you could hit balls around before you could make ice. Although then again, you can freeze water before there's people. So
famously comes out of a place with a lot of ice, a lot more ice than we have.
Yes, absolutely.
Tennis has been around. High sticking.
So unfortunately, those penalties do become academic in this circumstance. Interestingly enough, even though she's on a penalty, it looks like they're going to let Wilkinson take the shot. I don't know that. This is where it gets a little bit interesting. I think they're going to have to sit in the penalty box. No, they're going to have to sit in the penalty box during the shootout.
There we go. So not quite academic.
So not quite. It does make a little bit of difference. They have to sit out the shootout. So who gets a go? Who can score a goal? And I've done them myself, and I can tell you it's a nerve-wracking thing. Penalty shootouts, because as a player you expect to score. There's no one in front of you except the goalie. You expect to beat them, but sometimes you don't. And the real key to it, the absolute #1 big secret to a penalty shootout, is make sure you put the puck on the net. Because if you don't put it on the net, the goalie looks good even if you miss. Must put it on the net. Make the goalie work. If the goalie makes a mistake, you get a goal. If you miss the net, the goalie doesn't have to do anything. They can just stand there and smile. So they're blowing the horn, trying to get this game going. It's the scorekeepers suggesting that they pull their fingers out and get on with it.
Both goalies.
If the Galahs are true to form, they're having a bit of a discussion on the bench as to who gets to do what. There's been a number of defections for that team for exactly that reason.
Here we go. And so on the shot is Heather Ryland heading in for the Flaming Galahs. Nema in net looking to save this one. And that will be a goal from Ryland.
First up, Ryland gets the goal. Now, what has to happen is if no one else scores, then that's a good situation. But looking at who's come up first for the Furies, it is Edmonds.
We'll see how Edmonds fares against
it's a best
Slade
of 3 of
Baker.
sorts.
A lot of pressure on both players at this point.
She doesn't have to do anything terribly fancy. Just make the goalie move.
That shot. Oh, a backhand shot. Just goes
it.
wide. Bit too fancy there with the hands, and that one doesn't have to be saved by Slade
What's that
Baker.
thing about you have to put the puck on the net?
Looking good for a moment. Unfortunately for the Furies, doesn't make that one. And so now we have Alexandra Dodd going in against the Furies goaltender Nema. Heading in gently, looking for a backhand.
Made.
And that was a save by Nema. Pad save.
It's Jackwitz taking the second shot for the Furies. If she can score this one, it ties it up. The Furies need to score 1 to keep this going.
Jackwitz with a little bit more speed heading through. Slade Baker watching that, and that one is a save by Slade Baker. So if the Galahs score on this one, they have won.
Yep, and if the Furies fail to score on the next one, the Galahs have also won. They've left this one to Emma Poynton.
Poynton heading up through the heart of the ice. And that is a goal, and the Flaming Galahs have won it on a penalty shootout, getting 2 shots on Sarah Nema, who throughout the game has been excellent for the Melbourne Furies.
But when you get a shot on like that from the front of the net, it's very, very difficult. So that concludes the consolation final, and that gives it to the Flaming Galahs. A great tournament by the Furies. They did well. I think they did a lot better than a lot of people expected. Certainly early on in their first games, they very much struggled, but they showed a lot of class, and I'm particularly impressed Edmonds, who was so far above the rest of the team in terms of ability, that she did a great job of sharing it around and playing a great a champions game there for Nema. Sorry, for Edmonds. We will have a break now. The next game is the final
bronze.
for third and fourth, the battle for the bronze medal, and that will be happening at, I'll just give you the time for that in just a second. We do have it written down on one of these bits of paper that are floating around here somewhere.
Or not.
No, that's here somewhere, I guarantee it. Don't look on that. It's not going to help. Okay, it's at 3:40.
40. Yeah.
3:40 p.m. So it should actually be now because that game ran long. But it will be between the Adelaide Hidden Gems and the West Australian Corkers in just a couple of minutes. So we'll need to get an ice cut. That's going to push us back about 15 minutes. So expect that game to start at about 3:50, quarter of 3:50, or even closer to 4 o'clock. So we're going to be running a little bit behind time, as is often the case with these things.